First of all, I would like to thanks to the organizer such a great international seminar, give me a chance to my presentation. Okay, I think everyone, must have the feeling sleepy. Myself feel sleepy. I wanted to just read out very shortly, and after that I want to show as much as to so pattern, Islam art, Christian art, Greek art, Buddhist art, to communicate with everyone. My topic is actually this time Indus civilization remains swastika, but the swastika is used since Paleolithic period up till now. So what is why they made of this swastika? Now people, how they understand about the swastika. Okay, I will now go read out about ancient formative art. Ever since the beginning of the human civilization, humans have consistently expressed themselves by making something. A man-made formative art is a better way of expressing profound thought than the religious and philosophy. Formative art is kind of formative language. It can express all that written language cannot. Therefore, the right understanding of the symbol of formative art is essential towards acquiring the knowledge of the history of the human civilization. Since ancient time, irrespective of time and place, the swastika has been used more than any other patterns. Therefore, in this article, I try to analyze the swastika in relation to the formative art thought left by mankind. I cut read out about generally accepted meaning of swastika. I started from here. The swastika pattern is the root or the creation of living beings. Swastika seals are found in the Indus civilization remains and on the Buddhist art remains. It is painted on the different parts of the body like forehead, feet, hands, and most importantly, on the chest of the Buddha or Bodhisattva. This painting of swastika on the chest of Buddha is undoubtedly of very significant nature. Besides Indus civilization remains and Buddhist art, swastika is expressed in every other form of art, but so far this visual language has no satisfactory analysis or explanation. You can see about this is a pattern how it evolved. After I read out, I communicate with you, everyone. And in this article of mine, I would like to introduce Professor Dr. Kang Woo-bang of Korea, who has developed a new theory, Yonggi pattern, regarding swastika. With the help of this theory, we can not only solve Eastern Buddhist art, but Western art and Islamic art as well. Hence, we may call it mankind's common visual language. Now let us look at the origin and the eventual development of swastika to its final state. Fact is the swastika is an abstract representation of the great life force arising from all the circular movement taking place in the space. A flower pattern, plant-like decoration, foliage scroll. In French, Renaissance. In German, rock. In relation with this, let's take a look at the vine pattern, which has appeared in all forms of art, which is called by many names, such as the flower pattern, plant-like decoration, foliage scroll, and the vegetation plant pattern. In the Western and Islamic art and the Eastern art, it is called dangchomun. Dangchomun means vegetation patterns. In French, it is called rince-arch. In German, it is called Laubwerk. I don't know if my pronunciation is so bad. This vine pattern is more commonly known as continuous pattern. Since ancient time, this pattern is used as a decoration pattern for architectures and crafts all over the world. This pattern was used for all kinds of formative art in Sasanian dynasty, Persia, Greek, and Islam art, etc. In other words, all the formative art in the world is vine pattern, which is not an over-exaggeration. Out of all the patterns made by mankind, 90% are of vine pattern. Although this pattern holds extremely important position in formative art, but it is not interpreted as a vine pattern. This is why so far the true significance of this pattern has been left out. Then, why they have made this pattern since the start of civilization? Is there a clear principle in the development of this pattern? It is then, where does it come from? What is symbol of this vine pattern? First of all, let's take a look at the swastika and the vine pattern as they appeared in the whole history of art. As you see, the first in the Indus civilization, the seal. Next one is Gandhara art. Next is from catacomb. The next is Greek art. Next is Akbar tomb. I think you can see that is Akbar tomb. Here's. Yeah, this one. This entrance of the Akbar tomb. It was they painted swastika. Yes, this is the Buddhist painting in Korea. Professor Gang proposed a new methodology for deciphering the world art. Through the use of colors of analyzing the art form, which he says is extremely important visual language of ancient patterns. As I said before, that the past history of ancient civilization is best interpreted through visual language because written language has its limitations. Professor Gang points out that the origin of swastika was the spiritual bird born from Yongi. Yongi means Holy Spirit, and gradually evolved into a full vital force leading to infinity. This pattern is generally called vine pattern, but he declares it to be Yongi pattern, which literally means Holy Spirit. Now Professor Gang explains his theory about being born from Yongi, the holy energy, in the following manners. I present this is Dr. Gang, he mentioned. I present the concept and the terminology of Yongi Hwaseng, or Yongi metamorphosis, meaning all things are born from Yongi, spirit energy. It is my opinion that the term Gi cannot be translated into English, but its meaning is spirit or deity or life and life force. Yongi means holy Gi, and it is formed by adding the adjective Yongi, Yong, to emphasize Gi. The term Yongi patterns means full variety of manifestations of Yongi, spirit and deity, life force. The Yonggi pattern is the product of a divine nature, and as all human beings have divine nature, they are able to recognize it. Hence, recognition of Yonggi patterns can be equated with the recovery of the divine nature. Indeed, ancient most patterns in the world are visual representation of a holy life force. This is something we fail to realize as we fail to recognize the divine nature within us. And similar to the way we breathe oxygen without consciously noticing it, although we cannot live without it. This is from, because actually the Professor Kang, he analyzed world art. This is from Buddhist art. I give you a question. This pattern, he had color sketched. Where is come from? Please, somebody can answer this? It took from Islamic art. Isn't it? The swastika pattern is in there. There are many swastika patterns in Islamic art, but I have just pick up only one here. And it's also similar with the Milky Ways, galaxies moving around like this. In the Buddhist Diamond Sutra, it is mentioned that all life forms are born from the womb, egg, moisture, and spontaneously. And further mentions that only the spontaneous birth are divine beings, such as the Buddha, Bodhisattva, and the deity. Every living being is born, grows, dies, and reborn according to the universal principle of contraction and diffusion. To live according to this universal principle is the truth, which makes the shape of a swastika and the Yonggi pattern. Therefore, the ancient art pattern left by mankind is merely a reflection of the Eastern and the Western outlook on universal order, which in fact represent that every life form lives on permanently. Especially in the Buddhist art, where swastika is shown on the chest of the Buddha, indicates that he had acquired enlightenment through the knowledge of a universal order. One of the Chinese sacred books called Zhu mentions that knowing the law of a universal order is a truth. The principle follows the orbital pattern of the sun that causes the earth to have spring, autumn, equinox, and the summer-winter solstice. We may call this Taeguk pattern, the source of a dual principle, Yang energies. According to principle of this pattern, all things are created. For example, you may plant a seed only in spring, not in the winter. When a Taeguk curve, the sine curve, moving makes a positive energy. As it reaches the center or the nucleus, it becomes a calm. When it became calm, produced negative energy. And again starts moving outwards and go back to the center. During this constant movement, when the positive energy meets the negative energy, creates all beings keep cycle going, that is giving birth, growing, dying, and rebirth. The swastika and what people generally called vine pattern expresses the entire life force in this universe, which is constantly changing, following the law of universe, birth, growth, death, and rebirth. This rebirth is spiritual rebirth called Yonggi pattern. Therefore, this swastika and the Yongi pattern, which is expressing the entire life force in the universe through circulation process and the roots of all the creation, is the most beautiful art form in the world. Beauty is according to the truth. That is why most of the ancient sacred buildings, tombs of saints and the kings are beautifully decorated, showing the spiritual rebirth who have reached enlightenment. Those who are making these buildings make them with love and adornment and decorate them beautifully as if the enlightenment soul is still alive. I show this. This is a building decorated, the first one in the left side from Greek on the floor. You can see the swastika over there. And this one is Islamic mosque. This one is a Jaina temple. This one from Hindu temple. This one from church. This all they have decorated swastika pattern over here. Actually, there is hundreds of the swastika pattern in all of the art form. Actually, I tried to convey this message, why they have made, since ancient time up till now, either Eastern and Western art form, or Hinduism art, Buddhist art, Christian art, Greek art, everywhere, every religion art, they have painted or made swastika. Actually, this moving of all the universe, planet. In Korea, I know somebody is best Hakim, herbal doctors. Whenever he goes to a mountain, when he pick up the best herbs, can cure every disease. That herbs growed, this Milky Way's ray in a spot. Over there, it grows the best herbs. The mean we must live according to the universal order. This is the absolute truth. I think that's why the human being, they have made the swastika. Thank you very much.